Last month, a Maltese hotel owner showed me their booking system, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Tourists from different countries paying wildly different prices for the exact same room. On this island where six tourists compete for every local resident's space, a pricing war has erupted that most visitors don't even know exists. What happens next will fundamentally change how you should book any Mediterranean destination. Malta's tourism industry generated 3.3 billion euros in 2024, a 23.1% increase from the previous year. That's approximately 924 euros per visitor, flowing into an economy where tourism represents 15% of the GDP. These aren't just numbers, they're a reflection of how fundamentally tourism has transformed this tiny archipelago. The transformation started in the late 1950s when Malta desperately needed economic alternatives as British military bases lost strategic importance. The government established the Malta Government Tourist Board in 1958, pumping capital into beach access and promotional campaigns. By 1980, Malta had hit its first tourism peak. Then came the game changer, low-cost carriers. After 2006, airlines like Ryanair and EasyJet fundamentally altered who could visit Malta. The number of routes exploded from 61 in 2009 to 90 in 2017, ultimately serving over 100 destinations by 2017-2018. Package holidays dropped from 47.8% in 2005 to just 26.8% by 2017. Today's reality? January sees average hotel prices at $82 per night. By September, that same category of room costs $227. Tuesday bookings average $171, while Monday hits $207. The system rewards those who understand its patterns and punishes everyone else. The real cost breakdown nobody talks about. Forget what travel blogs tell you about Malta being affordable. The data reveals a different story. Budget travelers need 40 to 95 euros per day minimum. Mid-range travelers spend 70 to 120 euros daily, but here's what those averages hide. Accommodation tells the most brutal truth. That cheap hostel bed at places like Granny's Inn starts from $26 per night, but it might be in a location requiring significant daily transport costs. The average hotel price of $170 per night doesn't mention the mandatory 50 euro cent tourist tax per night per person, potential Wi-Fi charges, or the 10 to 15 euro sunbed rentals that turn free beaches into paid experiences. Food costs create another illusion. Yes, a pastis costs 0.5 to 0.7 euros. Malta's famous puff pastry snack remains genuinely cheap. But finding a pastisseria open when you're hungry, that's another story. Meals in inexpensive restaurants range from 10 to 30 euros, while tourist area establishments charge 20 to 40 euros per person. A three-course dinner for two averages 70 euros, but only if you know where to look. Transportation hides its own traps. Single bus tickets cost 2 euros in winter, 2 euros 50 in summer. Reasonable until you realize each journey means navigating severely overcrowded routes during peak times. The Talinja 7-day unlimited pass for 25 euros sounds great, but during peak season, the most popular routes face such severe overcrowding that even locals struggle with delays. Heritage sites managed by Heritage Malta charge 5 to 15 euros per entrance. And while multi-site passes exist, many tourists never discover them. Even free activities come with hidden costs, like the 2 to 3 euro baggage storage fees at attractions such as St. John's Co-Cathedral. The over-tourism crisis destroying budget travel. Malta's over-tourism problem isn't coming, it's here. With 5 tourists per resident, the infrastructure has reached critical mass. During peak season, locals report needing to plan grocery shopping well in advance to avoid shortages and long queues. Construction cranes dominate every skyline. The authentic Malta that attracted visitors in the first place? It's disappearing under concrete and crowd control barriers. This crisis directly impacts budget travelers. When buses are too crowded to board, that 2 euro ticket becomes worthless. You'll pay 12 to 15 euros for a taxi from Valletta to the airport instead. When beaches fill by mid-morning, your free activity becomes a 15 euro sunbed rental if you can find one. The hidden costs multiply in over-touristed areas. Popular restaurants in tourist zones may add service charges to already inflated prices. Boat operators to Blue Lagoon quote anywhere from 29 to 70 euros for the same trip, depending on the operator and what's included. Even free attractions suffer. Mdina's Silent City echoes with tour group noise. Upper Baraka Gardens sunset views require arriving well in advance for a decent spot. The infrastructure strain means everything takes longer, costs more, and delivers less than advertised. The underground guide to actual savings. Smart Travelers / Malta costs using proven strategies. First, seasonal arbitrage. May and September offer perfect weather with significantly lower prices than peak summer. November through March, even cheaper, with January averaging just $82 per night for hotels. And the weather beats most of Northern Europe. Accommodation hacking starts with location intelligence. Staying in areas like Emgar or Mosta instead of Valletta, Slima, or St. Julian's can save 50 to 100 euros per night while keeping you just 20 to 30 minutes from major attractions. Self-catering apartments offer kitchen facilities that dramatically reduce food costs. The Food Secret Locals Guard, lunch specials. Nearly every restaurant offers Menu del Giorno between noon and 3 p.m., full meals for 10 to 15 euros that cost double at dinner. Supermarket chains provide ingredients for budget meals. And since tap water is safe throughout Malta, you'll save 2 to 5 euros daily on bottled water. Transportation mastery means buying the 12 single-day journeys card for 19 euros. It's shareable and valid 6 months. Walking Valletta, Mdina, and Sliema isn't just free, it's often faster than waiting for overcrowded buses. The Gozo ferry costs just 4 euros 65 cents round trip for foot passengers. Skip the tourist ferries from Valletta that charge 15 to 16 euros. For activities, embrace Malta's wealth of free options. Nearly 200 kilometers of coastline, historic Medina, the Baraka Gardens, and the spectacular Mosta Dome Church. Time your visit around local festa celebrations or carnival for free entertainment that beats any paid attraction. Digital tools and future-proof strategies. 3 apps transform Malta travel economics. Visit Malta Plus provides real-time attraction info and helps you discover lesser-known free sites. The Talinja app shows actual bus locations and lets you top up travel cards, crucial for avoiding long waits. Cloudigo Traveler unlocks over 300 exclusive discounts across restaurants, shops, and activities that many tourists never discover. But the real revolution is already underway. Airlines increasingly use AI-driven dynamic pricing that adjusts costs based on complex algorithms, analyzing booking patterns, historical trends, and even social media sentiment. While this can mean better deals for flexible travelers, it also makes prices less predictable. Malta's government pushes quality over quantity tourism as outlined in their 2021 to 2030 strategy, theoretically favoring higher-spending visitors. In practice, this creates opportunities. Infrastructure improvements benefit everyone. New mobility-as-a-service platforms like Meep integrate all transport options with unified payment. Sustainability initiatives make walking and cycling easier, both free options. The Heritage Malta Multi-Site Pass covers multiple attractions for one price, essential if you're visiting more than 3 sites. The Malta Pass includes 35 plus sites plus sightseeing buses for 1, 2, or 3-day durations. These passes pay for themselves quickly, but require advanced planning to maximize value. Future-proofing means understanding that Malta's tourism model faces sustainability challenges. With tourism contributing 15% of GDP and visitor numbers continually rising, prices will likely increase. But travelers who master current systems and adapt to new technologies will always find value. The key is acting now while these strategies still work. Your 60-second action plan. Malta's tourism paradox, premium prices for mid-range experiences, reflects the reality of 3.56 million annual visitors overwhelming a tiny island nation. But armed with this intelligence, travelers can flip the script. Book shoulder seasons, master public transport with the right passes, eat where locals eat during lunch hours, use technology strategically. Most importantly, understand that budget travel in Malta means being smarter, not cheaper. The island offers extraordinary history, stunning coastlines, and genuine hospitality if you navigate around the tourist traps. Every strategy in this guide works today. Tomorrow? That depends on how the delicate balance between tourism growth and infrastructure capacity evolves. The clock is ticking. Malta awaits, but only for those who come prepared.